Hello and welcome. Lisa's off to the races today, so I'm here by myself and just as well because this is going to be a video if no one shows up. I was absent last time because I broke my ribs and I'm sick of saying that, but it's a big deal. It happens. Um, so there's a lot on the agenda today. Hopefully, I won't go over, but I'm actually going to talk about a game. I'm going to do a brief introduction to Encaustics for anybody that doesn't know what it's all about and a little bit of history. And then I am going to work on something really cool. So, uh, oh, hey, Miriam. It looks like it's just you and me right now, but that's okay. I would like to remind anybody if you're watching on replay, I really appreciate a thumbs up, and it just means so much and shows that you are supportive of this kind of mixed media and you like what you see. Another thing you could do is share. Hi, Estella. Hey, Diane. I'm so glad you guys are here. I see I don't have Lisa today, no mod, but I've got my phone in front of me, as well as my computer set up off to my right. So I'm going to try to read my phone. I'm actually going to turn it sideways because it makes the print just a tiny bit bigger. And then I will try to keep up with the chat so you guys can ask questions. I will stop and do that. The first thing I want to do is show you. Now, they did not pay me to make an extra video for them. They actually sent me these stamps so I could review them. And they're from BB Craft, but they're actually on Amazon. And if you don't know about BB Craft, they have so much cool stuff. I'm about to do another order with them and do some videos. But they have everything. Except for your wet mediums, but they even have like office organization and household items and, just you find the most random stuff on there too sometimes. Anyway, I was going to share these with you. I did a video review, but I think they are the coolest ever. Seriously, they are so cool. I'm doing a little better. Hey Trish, glad you made it. So I will try to keep up with chat while it's in front of me here. So these are, I'm going to take this off so you guys can see. You're going to see the back of them. They're actually these. And I wanted to show you just how big this set was. I could not believe it when they sent it to me. I expected it to be a lot smaller. And these are actually ATC size. I couldn't believe it. And they're really cool. And I cut them out, and it's all of the signs, but you could also cut the bottom and not have that there. But they are so cool. I just thought they'd be cool for projects and stuff. So I agreed to have them send them to me. I love them. I really do. And they're on BB Craft, and they're like less than, they're around $5. Their stamps are really cheap. You can get some sets for even less than $2. I saw. So definitely go check them out. It's bbcraft.com. And I will do another project with them soon. Diane, I know you do that. Oh no, it's Diane Bell here with us today. Have I missed anyone? Miriam, are you being funny there? Okay, you guys cannot make me laugh. Not a good belly chuckle, okay? That's why I didn't say and bring your own funny bone on the post. Whoa. Sorry. Got to hold my ribs to do that. Anyway, cool stamps. Hey, Julie. I thought they'd be really good over alcohol ink tags, actually. And there is a huge lag between what I'm seeing on the screen and what I'm seeing there. So if it takes me a moment to answer a question, yeah, we can have fun. I can smile, but I can't get those big, deep belly laughs that hurt my stomach. None of those, okay? You save all those up for next time. Maybe take notes. Just save them up for next time. I could do a little chuckle. So the plan today was to talk about this wild abandon jar. and our encaustic game that I would like to play. And you don't have to do this with encaustics. What we're going to do, I'm going to be making a new jar that goes downstairs, and I'll show you what I have and kind of what I had in mind, but I'm probably going to assemble the jar later so we can work on that other project and talk about encaustics, because I know some people had some questions, you know. Yeah, I know, laughing alone. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Estella. I do try to laugh. I have a very dark sense of humor when things go wrong too, like breaking my ribs. I mean, that's all I can do. What can you do? You gotta laugh. Sometimes inappropriate, but definitely I try to find humor in everything. It makes a big difference. Am I too loud, you guys? I've got a camera right in my forehead. I hope not. Okay, so we're going to make another one of these, but it's going to be a little different because it's going to be geared to encaustics. All right. Hey, Mary Ellen. Welcome. Thank you for coming. It's another great time to ask anyone that hasn't done it yet to hit the thumbs up and let people know we're over here. Well, I am today. No mod. The volume's good? Okay, that's good to hear. So what I kind of had in mind for because I did some slips here, and we'll talk about encaustic in a minute and why it's different. So I've got some ideas here, and these are, like I would play a little game and show the slips and do a little short video because I'm learning encaustics and there's lots of things I want to try. These are written terribly. You guys are going to have to be able to read my writing because I did it, like I sat in my recliner and made a list. So right here I have tissue, fiber, and a map. And then cells, and then metallic. I mean, so it's stuff that applies to encaustic, which is almost everything, by the way. And there are reasons why encaustic is like super awesome. So, but if you're not going to do encaustics, you can always use these prompts with any mixed media, that you want to do. So if you want to play with me, you can play along, and that would be amazing. So what I kind of had planned was to do, and I painted this box, lotion came in this, because I was thinking maybe I needed a container, right? But then I found something better. So I was originally going to do it this way, kind of do it like a crystal ball, like let's consult the encaustic crystal ball. Ooh, Hi, Yolande. Just to be funny, So I actually found something better though, because I kind of want it to look like a crystal ball, but it is flat right here, and it's an old mustard jar. It's flat right here, so I'm going to be doing something to that, and I'm not sure what the perfect thing is yet because I just changed my mind this morning, but I have another project lined up. So I'm going to kind of show you what I have in mind, and we'll talk about encaustics a little bit. Yeah, consult the encaustic crystal ball. Look at this. This is old. It looks like it belongs. So I don't need to do anything to the bottom of it. I mean, I love that. I do. And I've had it for ages. I love filigree stuff like this. Lots of brass. Hi, Martha. Welcome. I'm glad you made it. So what I'm going to need to do doing that is build the top up. And I'm not going to connect this, obviously, because I'm just going to be sitting the jar upside down on my shelf. And it is, kind of low. I mean, it's not very big. It doesn't take up very much space. It's perfect. It really is perfect. So I'm going to set this off to the side, knowing that that's going to be the base. And what I've done here is collect some things. And I want to treat this flat spot right here. And I have a few ideas that I haven't settled on yet. I just dug all this stuff out. So one of the things I was thinking was using something like this and rusting it and creating, because that would make a space to set something else on it, like maybe that, like a gear or like an old fuse. But I want it to be able to sit flat on whatever. So if I turn it upside down, it's so maybe, I mean, it's not really a requirement. I thought about using maybe something like that or like that, and then just building up from there. If it's not flat, I could even use something huge and be weird about it, but then it's not a crystal ball anymore. I have lots of little bits here, kind of thinking ahead. That's something rubber that I found in the parking lot at Bill's work. Something like that. Here's a peacock. I could be one and done with that. Little doily on top, maybe a peacock. That's kind of cool. Anyway, I just dug out all kinds of weird things. Now, you could do a jar too and use any kind of jar to do this and do it upside down. Here's even one of these things from the Dollar Tree that I got last Christmas. This would be perfect. You could make it like a snow globe, kind of. So if you want to do a jar also, I encourage that. It would be fun. It would be a fun thing to do together. I kind of think this goes best and I need to rust it. There's even a shotgun shell that could go right there. And then that flattens it out, makes it flush. And then I could put one of these heavy little Buddhas from Thailand on it. Obviously, then it wouldn't. I should be doing it this way. Sorry, guys. Hi, Margalo. Oh, I've missed everybody. Hey, Dana. So honestly, because I kind of rethought everything after I found this morning, I realized that I wanted to do it a little bit different. That is just a die cut that I could use right there. And then, or even things like a knob, you know. So I'm going to set this off to the side. I'm not going to work on it until I really know what I want to do, because if I don't know, then I just don't do it, you know, until I have it more narrowed down. So I'm going to do that, set this off to the side, and we're going to talk about encaustics. All right. So we talked about the stamps. We talked about encaustics. Does anybody have any questions while we're between stuff? Hi, Barbara. Have I missed anyone? Anyone? Okay. So Yolande, you're in charge of that, and Miriam, all caps if somebody asks a question and I miss it. Okay? Deal? So I brought up some encaustic projects, and I kind of want to talk about why encaustics. You guys saw me do this recently, and it's really not done. What I made a bunch of like pokey holes, and probably going to carve that. Encaustics go back to the 4th century BC. There's actually some debate whether it's Greek or whether the Egyptian, but I do know that they found encaustic works, portraits inside caskets with mummies a long time ago. So it goes back to antiquity. And the reason you would want to use wax mixed with resin is because it lasts forever. It really does. The only thing, if this got up to a certain temperature, that's the only thing that could hurt it. And your wax actually takes 6 to 12 months to bloom. And what you do is use a soft cloth, you know, just like you would dust a painting. You give it that good polish, and it comes back to that shiny state that you want. But encaustic can take anything. You can embed things in it. You can put raised things in it. This was something rusty that somebody gave me. Colleen just sent me that. You can use any medium except for acrylic. So that means crayons, wax. I don't think I turned my phone down all the way. I'm kind of hearing it. That means crayon, wax, I thought I might add a little copper gold leaf, which is really cool on this because it sticks to itself. It's its own glue for everything you're doing, and you just fuse between each layer, and it's 20% pine resin. So that means that and pine resin has a high melt temperature point. So that's why it's mixed with resin. Because, if it was just wax, it would probably melt on a hot day in the sunlight on your wall when your curtains are open. You wouldn't want that. So, and you can do this on anything you want, preferably flat, except for canvas, because canvas would droop in the middle. It's very heavy. Martha taking an online class with Mr. Dumang, and we are making apothecary bottles. Oh, that's really fun. Yeah, I wondered about the melting issue too, but I actually went to an art show when I was in college, and it was all in caustics, and it was 3 different artists, and I could not believe all the different things you can do to it. I mean, you can sculpt with it. You could maybe use, I was thinking I could use a mold and pour the wax in there and then just pop it out if it's silicone, and then fuse it or melt a little right there with a torch or a heat tool. And I'll tell you the difference between those, and then stick it to it. And, it has to be one of the last layers. Well, it wouldn't have to be. You just wouldn't want to, melt your design. I mean, you really can do a lot of texture, carve, embed, and you get deep, wonderful layers, really wonderful layers. And you can use a stencil with it. And what I just did here, this is a practice board. I know you guys saw this one when I posted pictures, and that's gold leaf, and that was a metal bug that Tracy sent me. Let's see, right there. And that's just it was like a set of wood blocks with wires that said Noel, that I got to practice on. And I really love this. I really do. You can, so the heat tools, let's talk about that first. For the heat tools, you can use the heat gun to blow. You can create cells like that. You can make bigger and more impactful cells with varnish mixed with color. And there's a wet burn and a dry burn there, and we will work on that, and you'll get to see it later. But it is so good. It is so fun. Very cool looking. But I'm new to this, so I don't know all the things. And I mean, I would love to share my journey with you and see if it's something that you want to try. No, it does not smell. It actually, everybody says it smells delicious when you make your own encaustic medium, which I'm about to do. I'm out of the R&F encaustic medium pellets. So I got the stuff a while back to make my own. And I also collected natural pine resin. I know you guys saw in some photos, to make some that have particles and little bits of the forest in it. I think it would be really interesting. Does it smell okay when heating? Oh, it's fabulous. You can use alcohol ink on it. You can use anything but acrylic. It doesn't really like. Now you could probably, and I will do some experiments to share. You could probably do acrylic like a gel print, and you would put it on with some paste first and have it down and get it on the under layers. I'm sure that, well, I'm not sure. I just know it doesn't like acrylic in any way, shape, or form. The potential for getting things embedded in it and textures, and it's just fabulous. It really is. So the heat tool moves it. A flame, which is what I started using, just like a little flame. It just because you fuse each layer as you put it on. I know you guys probably saw that. And then you build up the wax that way. And that just heats it, and you just do it long enough to make it shiny, and that means it's fused. And then you can use like a I can't say it, wood burning tool, pyrography. Is that it? Is that it? And really do some carving, some drawing. This one I did some markers. Let's put that away now. And then I was kind of thinking, and sometimes when you put things on it and then you put wax on it and heat it up, it'll break up and be really cool. And I don't know what this is going to do. I just did it. I thought it would be fun to figure out maybe a smaller photo, but do like an old photo and kind of give it some opposite effect, old and new sort of. But if you look at this, this was my first one. This has deep layers. I used something to carve some little circles, and then I put some oil paint in there, and then I wiped off the rest and then put another layer on. Can you guys, there, can you see that? There's layers and layers of color. So what happens is you'll have a blue that you can see off in the distance, and then you'll have something red, and then over here you'll see something green, and it just creates a depth and richness. This needs polished. You can see it's a little cloudy. It does that when it's starting to, because it cures. And as it cures, it gets a little cloudy, and then you just buff it out. 6 to 12 months the first year. And then after that, it's just once a year, a nice polish. No other dusting is necessary. It's not sticky. Pyrography. Yeah. Like pyromaniac. But if you guys don't want to do encaustic, that's fine too. You could do the prompts with kind of what I mean, most of the prompts would be, you'd be able to, with other like collage or whatever. Do you guys see how, look at the shine on that? Because I just buffed it. Do you see that? And now if I went over it, and you can see these little things I poked, the little bits of textury interest here and here and here. I could actually go in there with some oil paint or a, I just got these. I'll show you this. Let's see if I can find it. I just got a set of these, and you get like 6 in the set. This is a gold soft oil stick, oil pigment stick. So you would, you can get down in there, and then you just wipe away, or you could probably use Nuvo Mousse or any other sort of wax, but this is my practice board, so it doesn't matter. And then you would take a towel and wipe off the rest. I won't be doing this at my desk though. There is one thing. It is something you'd want to do in a space. You're not going to worry about wax getting, because I have like a griddle, and I have little recycled cans set up on it, like tuna cans and stuff. And then I made my own colors with oil paint and wax medium. And it's a little messy, and you want to have some ventilation just in case, because if you turn it up too high, you don't really want it over 200 degrees, except for when you're making your medium, and that's a little different. You want to have a little ventilation in case that happens over 200. It's a little caustic to breathe at that stage, and it's only because the particles are small and they get in the air, and you don't really want to breathe resin. Same when you're working with resin. So, but if you keep it under 200, you're fine. They do make oil paint sticks that are great for this, but you can use your regular oil crayons. I would like to see what happens when I use baby powder, or I used pigment the other day, and it seems to work, like powdered pigment. So I will be doing some experiments, and I will put those all, that was a lot of talking, you guys. Oh, sorry. I will put them all in the jar though. And if there's something that I want to try first that pops into my head, I will write it down on a slip. I will do it, and then I will put the slip in there, so in the future I can do that again if I like it. And then you know, there's times where I'll just draw 3 out of there when I don't know what to do to help me decide, you know. Things like this are fabulous. Tissue paper, fabulous. I got a little craft iron the other day. Um, and it is so versatile, Barbara. It is like the perfect medium in my opinion, because it's glue, it's paint, it's everything. You can do everything with it. But I got the little craft iron, and you guys saw that in this video, and that was my first time using it, and it worked perfectly. And I ironed that on to make it flat, and it's awesome. I mean, it went on so well. I did have wax underneath it and alcohol ink that I put on the board first. And there's one last one I want to show you here, and then I'll show you this for a second. This one I've been working on. This was a practice board. See that? This is a piece of wood that we found in the forest, and this is another and that's a leaf skeleton. That's another fabulous thing about this. I can seal, as long as it's dry, anything like that would normally deteriorate or fall apart. I can embed in wax. If there's enough wax on it, then it will be forever. I dug in here. I actually filmed doing this to share with you guys, but my camera was too far up. I kept drifting down. I didn't want to do it. But this is where I carved and added black oil paint. There was a blue undercoat, and I carved all of these out and did some like little leaf. See that? And in this hole that was already there, I had put some antique newsprint under it, and it says other. I don't know why, it just does. It was a practice board. This is just all wood. And that's that leaf skeleton. I don't know if you guys can see it. I need to rub a little gold on it. But I'm not sure if this is done. Oh, you have to go? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I know I'm long-winded, but I am going to do a project. I promise. And I know I missed some stuff. You have fun. Diane has a Clover mini iron set, could be used, comes with many. Oh yeah, those are actually, they make those for encaustic too. They're amazing, with all the different tips that you can draw with. But I'm sure you can. Thanks for coming, Yolande. Have fun. I'm sure that you can use all the tips and find different techniques with them. And you can use the ones that are made for other things like wood, but you'd want to make sure it has a low setting, because you want to do it at about 200 degrees or less. So, oh yeah, I feel so long-winded. I feel like it was a lot of information, and I know it's a lot to absorb, but this is something I've always wanted to do, and I made myself way too busy last year to get really involved in it, and I needed to spend more time doing it. It's a date with myself, and I'm hoping, yes, Barbara, dried flowers would be amazing. People do use dried flowers, or you can, use collage flowers, or, whatever. I'm really hoping that I keep a date with myself, because it's really, really important to get lost in the zone. The zone, guys. I mean, that's where we let go of our stress and our worries, and it is very healthy to get in that zone. Oh, thank you, Yolande. Yes, please. Thumbs up are great. That and when you're doing something for so long that you've been doing for so long, like junk journals or collage or whatever, you're still enjoying it, but you're not, getting to the point where you're doing a project and you're sticking your tongue out, and, you're just lost, you stick your tongue out. Oh, that hurts. When you get lost in it, learning something new is the best way to do that. And I think that's why, as mixed media artists, we jump from thing to thing, because we're chasing that feeling, aren't we? I mean, I still get it when I'm alone and I'm working on a project, but I also get a lot of frustration sometimes. There's a point, where there's art goes through an ugly phase, and it's at that point where you're undecided if you work intuitively like I do, that you really um, start to get frustrated, and it's ugly and you haven't made all your decisions yet and you don't know where it's going, and it's not until you get that spark and know exactly where it's going at that stage and start doing that, until you get that sort of feeling that is important for our soul. So doing this, it is a new medium for me, and it is so enjoyable, so enjoyable. Just learning something new and diving right in is so exciting. So I hope that you want to play the game with me, whatever medium you're doing. And, okay, so let's just real quick and then we'll get out this other project. Okay, that was a lot of talking. That was 30 minutes of talking, you guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and I won't normally do this upstairs. I have a little space downstairs set up. It's in the laundry room. It's on the concrete floor. But I'm going to do this for just a second here. So what you want to do, let's see if I can keep that from blowing away. This is not tacky because it's been buffed. It's very cool. I did it weeks ago. But I'm going to make an area here, let's say. So give me just a moment. I know it's a heat tool and it really sucks, but there's a reason. So I'm going to show you. Just make it a little wet, a little tacky. So let's see. See, it's going to take a while to get that first, but it's tacky. I mean, if I was downstairs with the other heat tool or the torch, it would have gone faster, but you can just use craft heat tool. It's just the other one's hotter. I put the hotter one downstairs. I can sit for long, so I literally jump from one thing to another: computer, gel printing, sewing, different chairs. I wish that, I kind of have zones set up there, but they're more like digging zones. They're not work zones. And I wish that they were work zones and I had a chair in each one. I think that really helps, especially if you have, I missed something about fabric, especially if you have physical stuff. I mean, it's good to be moving around. And my desk that Bill built me, this desk, and it's a standing desk. So it's perfect for what I'm doing. He just used like a pallet or a couple pallets to create it. And it's just perfect. So this managed to be a tiny bit sticky because, the heat tool was on this. But most of the sticky is right here. So when you get to that point, I'm going to get copper everywhere. Then you would take something and buff out, and so it just stays in those places. Oh, it's getting so shiny too. So like I said, all of these different mediums, and it makes its own glue, and it's just beautiful. So I had these little lines in there. Can you guys see? I'm looking on my screen here. It's so shiny. It really, oh, there. Isn't that beautiful? But it picked up all the texture of those lines, and I just love it. It's so fun. Anyway, off of that tangent now. So is that more of an explanation? I know Colleen was the one that got on and asked if or what the difference between this and collage was, or just doing plain collage. So that was why I decided to share. Diane, you leave everything out. It drives your family crazy. I am guilty. I have workspaces. I do have some workspaces. I mean, I'm spread out in the laundry room, and then I have a shelf with all kinds of bits and bobs to create assemblages with. And then I have counters with, I was going to get this room done and do a tour for you guys. And I was so close and then broke my ribs. So right now I have messes and piles of empty boxes and, um, I'm still here. I'm running with a gel print idea. Oh, that's awesome. It's when we get those sparks of ideas that we get to the zone too. Even if it's a failed idea or a failed experiment, we're still really concentrating on that creative and really using our creative brain. And it is so good for us. I love the way that looks. It looks plated almost on those lines. Okay, so I'm going to put these away. That was my fun little explanation about encaustics for. Look, Diane, let me put these off on my back counter. There we go. All right. Okay, so we're going to work on something else, though. It's going to be fun. Because I don't know exactly what's going on the top of that jar yet, we are going to do this. Boom. And I have stuck magnets on here with ideas. I did paint it already. And I've got these images from Colleen that she just sent me. She sent me a really cool package. Yes, tongue sticking out. That's right, Julie. You gel print at the kitchen table, paint everywhere, plants for printing, have a sewing center. I stamp in my bedroom. Oh, yeah. You really are all spread out. Anyway, I did some crackle paint on here, and I just used some, I used magnets to put these on here to kind of give it a look-see. Oh, I'm going to have a magnet stuck to here. Okay, put that away. So I used different colors and crackle paint and tried to make it look old, but it's not going to look like this. There's something magic that's going to happen, and I always get excited to get to that part. That's my favorite part of a project, and you'll see, because this color is going to change entirely. Then I've got these. It says no floozies in the jacuzzi. Diane sent me this one and this one, and I thought they went really well. This I actually cut out of something else, and I had made a copy, and that happened. Isn't that cool? Anyway, so these are some things that I have out here. Got the magnets to do some ideas, and that's what we're going to work on. And it won't look like this, I promise. It's going to get a whole new, it's going to be amazing. I mean, I think it's going to be amazing. So let's see if I painted it shut. So this was a replica lunchbox. There's another magnet in there that I had been using for the stamp blocks with my stamp stuff. And I don't know what I'm going to use it for now, but it's going to remind me of another project that I'm going to show you that I took when I left the house when I moved out when I was a teenager. And this my mom had forever, and she probably got it at a yard sale. She did not make it. I don't know where it came from. But this is what I would like to do. I have treasured this all of my life. All of my life. It's got velvet on it that's really old. The images look really old, and I think it is really old. There's stuff on the sides. There's stuff on the back. More velvet. Somebody signed it even. And I would like to make a companion for it. I've used this everywhere in my house all my life. It's been used for so many different things. At one point, it even sat in the bathroom on a shelf for feminine hygiene products. I mean, I think that's what my mom used it for too, which is really funny. So anyway, so let's get to it, shall we? I'm going to put that back. Whoa. All right. So what I want to do is create some scale here, some large sort of, yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it, Miriam? Some large flowers, kind of like that has, but with some different images. And then I have some things I had cut out of magazines long ago that I might use. Keep in mind, this color is going to change, and I think that'll go. I don't know how many images. I pulled out some velvet purple, but we'll see if we use it. I'm kind of thinking, first of all, I almost put her on there. That was the original plan. One of these. That was the original thought. And then it changed. So, you know me, guys. It changed. The more I thought about it, the more I realized I wanted to do something else. So I have here some tissue paper. And I might decide to put some of this on too. I have some trays built up here, so I have it all organized, but kind of thinking like either I do some black and white flowers, which I wish I had more of these because I really like that, and it will change, the color will. When I change the box, this will change. I'm going to be using my favorite Old English. You guys will see. It brings everything to life. I also have these kind of things. I might not like the shiny there, but I might use a few feathers. So we'll see. But I want flowers first, I think, or giant butterflies. Let's see. I want kind of more muted and oranges and whatever, and then the flowers can stand out a little bit. I might change that color of that before. I also have this wrapping paper that has the similar vibe, but I don't like all the pink. But these are special right here. So maybe that's the key. Oh, this would be amazing too. I like one of these with it. Oh, it's too big. Do I want it? Hey guys, do I want it this way? Or do I want it? I mean, am I going to stand it up like this? Or am I going to stand it up like this? You guys vote. Vote, vote, vote. Oh, yeah. No laughing. No laughing. Oh, hey, Tracy. Welcome from the UK. I'm so glad to have you. We did a lot of stuff already. But we're just starting on the project that I pre-painted so we didn't have to wait for it to dry. I think it probably goes like this because the other one does. So I'm going to do that. And keep in mind, this color is going to change. So next I want to kind of decide maybe some of these, they might get lost on here. Or a little bit of this because it stays pretty dark or pretty gold. I might just use a couple of these and then some flowers. To pull out a few little spares here. I like that one. I like the cherries. And I'll add feathers afterwards, I think. And I could even put a little texture on it too. Got some other little flowers here. Let's see. We will see. So I've got my images. And I think I'm going to use this, and I'll use some of these afterwards. So one on each side, probably. And I'm going to give this a little color, and I'm going to ink my edges of this just, you know, even though, because it's going to have glue over it. And when I go to use the Old English at the end and it comes to life, it might not cover the white as well as I'd like it to. So I'm going to change these a little bit, just really quickly here. And let's see, I don't want to have to get a colored pencil. How about I use one of my, where are they? I could use one of these that have the stuff in them. My wet pen, my water pen with the, where are ya? It's not here. Should be right here. And it's not. Probably looking in the wrong bucket here. Oh, found it. Found it. Right there. Okay, so I'm just going to give it a little color, this one. It kind of feels like watercolor paper. I just want to give it a little dye. And this is walnut ink and water, obviously, and a pen. You can probably put lots of different things in these pens that you hadn't thought about. Or paintbrushes, sorry. Oh, you liked the black flower. This one right here. I kind of like these too. Let's give them some color so that they match. And I mean, perhaps we'll use it. I could have used my spray, I guess, for this. I didn't use the ink on the top, not a lot at least, because it may move a little with the glue. We'll see. Okay, that's enough. I think that's plenty. All right. So, Tracy, how did you find us? I'm really, really glad you're here. I'm going to use on this one. I'm going to try this and hope it smears, basically. So in the end, I want this to be very muted, darkish colors, you know, kind of like the images that I chose there. You know, I want it to look really old. That's the point. Super old. That'd be great. Hi, Evie. I'm glad you made it. Glad you're here. Alcohol ink. Yeah, but sometimes alcohol ink isn't transparent. Or I would have, you know, I'm going to try to go back and read some comments. Thought I would just pop in. Yeah, Tracy, I usually have a mod, but she's off at the races today. So here we are. And we're doing a little bit of everything, aren't we, guys? Usually with more laughter, but I broke my ribs, so you guys can't make me laugh a whole bunch, okay? So I've got this, and I used the oxide, so maybe I can get some color changing going on these edges. I'd like that. Maybe I should use black. Okay, so let's set those off for a second. And then I'm going to cut a couple of these out, and they might show up, they might not. We'll see. I could use a water brush for this, huh? Just that. Oh, yes, please, thumbs up. That would be awesome. Anybody that's just popping in or... Okay, so I'm going to do this so that I can rip it out. I don't really want to cover all the little crackles and color that I got, but I want to give it some interest. That might be a little big for interest. Oh, you know, I do have some other little things out here that are round. I like to use round things. They make me happy. Let's see. I have this tray of goodies. We'll rip one of those out anyway. So what I did was I pulled things out that I might want to use, and I stacked up trays so they're all separated. You guys know I do that. I always do that. My water pen barely worked. We'll see if I use any more of those, because there might be something else here. That's a pain in the butt. We looked at that. I do have some dies, and most of them are done with gel prints. And these, I've been using a lot of friend mail stuff lately. Oh, you've been waiting for this? Oh, Thanks, Evie. Yeah, I didn't stream last time and I really missed you guys. I really did. So I do have these from Gel Prints. This is one that I did with powder and it looks like the moon. That might be super cool. So maybe these are some of the round things I'll want to use, like that. It's got a stamp. Let's see. You know me. I gotta use a little bit of everything. It's like putting everything in a paper bag and shaking it up and, you know, picking it all. Just like that game I'm gonna do. I think that's good. Okay, Miriam. This I've been saving for a while, but I don't think it's for this project. I do have some little quotes here. Oh, this I made a long time ago, and it's silver texture paste that I had made on a piece of packaging, and it just looks really old and almost looks like I don't know, the colors. It just looks super old. It's got wax on it, and let's use that. These are kind of finishing touches here. Maybe put this away. And those are finishing touches. You know, you could use lace or whatever you want on these. Just keeping in mind, I just keep in mind, if I'm going to use my Old English, I will keep in mind that, you know, that'll be going on everything at the end. So there are things that I may want to save and put on after that, like lace or gemstones or, you know, anything that may be 3D. Can I resize the Gothic window on the, it's not from the Cricut, it's actually a die that I have. So it's like a metal cutting die. And I've got like 3 of them, but they're all pretty big. I do like it, but that's okay. It is definitely me, isn't it, guys? So this is really, really big and covers a great portion of my crackle. I think that's the front. It's the back. I mean, that might not be terrible. I want to do like, or I'm going to cut her out better. And I don't have to use her. I mean, I could use this instead, the no floozies in the jacuzzi. And then maybe some of this, or, you know, something in the corner, perhaps. Oh, I do have corner things. I have corner things. I have to find. Anyway, maybe something like that. I don't know. You guys like the floozies in the jacuzzi? I could do both. She just really matches. I really like it. Let's cut this out. Let's see. Oh, free templates from the graphics fairy and her Gothic windows. Oh, probably. Yeah, if the floozies is funny. Mom actually gave me that copy, but she made me a magnet. And I have it on the fridge. It was just funny. It was funny. So let's throw this here. But I'm not allowed to laugh right now, you know. And let's see. So I want that to be in the... Could do both. Well, she's looking this way. She's looking this way. So do the back first, huh? I'm not sold on that. I'm going to glue this down and see how much of that melts away. And we'll see where we're at. I'm going to glue it in a spot that I don't really care about and just kind of build up as I go. But I do know that that's probably the back. I could stamp on it too, or stencil on it. I just really wanted to mostly collage on it. So I'm going to use use this glue. This is school glue, just made more. School glue and water. Everything. So that when I put my Old English on, it is, I mean, I just don't want to put it really thick on the top. A thin layer is fine. Like that. That's not glued. Okay. And then, sorry. I'm feeling like I really missed you guys. I might want to use that too. So maybe scale is important here. Okay. Could use that, and then I can put things over it as well. I like that. I don't want to trim out that white, so I'm just hitting it with a little ink. Oh, I had these little tiny cards too I thought would be cute. You just go crazy here. There's some nice crackle right there. I'm going to use my favorite glue, and that is the Crafters Workshop, and I've refilled this Crafters Workshop Matte Gel Medium because everything dries fairly flat. Like when you're putting images down. I need to move my mouse and my mat. It's in my way. Okay. All right. Need that brush. Smooth, please. Right there. Okay. Little layer here. Might do a little stenciling over the top and do everything in, you know, layers. Layer over this and add another and layer over that. We'll see. The reason I wouldn't put the Old English on before I glued things down would be because it does have a slightly oily finish until it dries. And I think it would prevent the glue from sticking as well as I'd like. So that's nice and flat. Then at this stage, I think I want to use a stencil on that. Boy, I made a mess. How did I get that all over, guys? No. Ew. Okay. So I've got a few stencils out here that I might be interested in on another tray. And it wouldn't be my project unless I added a bird, but I think that's going to be like one of the last things. I have this fun little fan here. And I could actually use a texture with that. So would that be before or after? And maybe that. Or I have this Harlequin is like one of my favorites. I'm thinking like a thin layer of just paint, just to dry quickly. And then I can pick and choose, use a sponge, just pick where I want it really. Yeah. Also have the stars. And then these things that I could just like add one. What do you guys think? Oh, bye, Miriam. Thank you. Oh, you have to catch up in the morning. That's okay. It's almost midnight. Oh. The face to the left has the same color values. Are you guys talking about this guy? It's going to go on the front. I would rather have this other big one on the front. This is the back, and I thought we'd start with the back just to, get warmed up. So maybe, is it this, or this? You guys decide. The fan, the diamonds, the one image. Barbara I. Julie. Evie. You are Evie. You love the diamond. I do too. I see two that like that. Okay. That's enough of a vote, isn't it, guys? We're going to make this a little bit playful, but a little bit vintage, because that's how I roll. If you guys don't know that yet, you guys know that. So let's use a little bit of paint that's thicker that I can just dab on. And I'm thinking I'm going to go with like a black or a white, so it has some contrast impact. Maybe white, or cream. Cream would be fine. I have a good cream over here. That's khaki or beachcomber. Beachcomber beige, I think, is a good one. I could also use gold. No, I'm going to use beige. I think gold is last. Okay, so I'm just going to squirt out a little bit right here on the side and not drag my arm through it later. We'll see. Use the end of this. This is a magic eraser. I was kind of cleaning it up and I found this under the shelf. The cat probably got a hold of it. It's just one that I cut up to use for whatever. And here it is. Let's see if it works for paint. I just want to break up this darkness over here and maybe add a little here. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again. We'll wait. We'll add another layer in a bit. Because I kind of want it on top, I think. All right. Yeah, I think what I'll do is just layer it up so that we get a little bit of everything. And then I also have this stamp I love so much that I could use, or the one with the hand sitting on my desk. So that might be in a minute. We'll let things kind of do their thing with these little cards. Let's look at them. All right. They are so cute. Look at that, you guys. I would need to ink them out. But this is kind of fun. Or a little Queen of Hearts. I might have already taken it out because I take the Queen of Hearts out first in everything and keep it for myself, That's my thing. Or another queen would be fine. Maybe if I can find one. Or a 4. I do collect 4s. Not cards, but I might do a little bit of drawing on it as they dry in stages here. It's pretty dark. I could go over it with some scribbly something, or I guess it's all the way back here. So I'll have to age it. Those are the queens that are in here left. I don't know what I did with the rest of them. Well, I don't know where they're at. So let's see. I think the red might be a little, I'm going to save that though on the other side. And then I won't be able to find a queen next time. We're going to, insert that little bit of humor that I like so much. I'm going to trim this down more. That's fine. And then I might do some lines around that too. But let's just do this. I don't know what that white mark is there. I don't really care. And a little bit of this, just to knock back that white a little bit. The top could get lost right here, you're saying? I mean, I very well could go around it with white too. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. It's pretty cool, huh? A happy accident. Okay, so maybe that, or no, it's got to go here at an angle. I'm going to wait off. I'm going to hold off on this because I'm not, even after I knocked it back, feeling like it's maybe too opposite. And you know I like opposites, but we'll see. I think I need, God, it's too much. I think that would be okay. And then I can, if I want to add other things, I can. Let me get my glue brush dry here. Popped it in water. I'm terrible about that. Do you guys do that? Every time you put down a brush, you don't put it down, you pop it in the water. And then you have to wipe it down so many times. I can't help myself. I want to put a nice layer of glue on her because I don't want the Old English to soak into that too much and just darken her out because it's printed and it's going to be very, very absorbent. That will be too, but you know, we'll just do this. Put a little more on just in case. And then I will go around with a pen toward the end. So I think we've already done so much. It was a lot. I can't believe I got all that in a half an hour, guys. It's weird not to have Lisa here. Or Ahmad, for that matter. Yeah, it would be a shame if it disappeared. I will figure something out there, though. Even if I put some sort of a gold halo around her head, that would be cool. Maybe I should have put one around her head like that, but you know, I'm thinking like gold paint would be cool. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over and hope it doesn't stick to my desk. Let's put it on something. Let's put it on this stencil because it won't stick. It'll be the one time. And on this side, I'm sure that I want to use her, and she's looking in this direction, so she needs to be on this side. And I need to cut her out the rest of the way. Let's do that. Cut her out the rest of the way. Oh, I have some dies in this shape. I might be able to give her a frame. Cut out of map pieces. Let's see if they work. Even if the frame isn't the same shape, it would be cool to add over the top. As her face still shows. How's everybody doing out there? Oh, thanks, Diane. I'm always afraid I'm going to lose a comment or, you know, that would be sad. I wouldn't want anybody to think I'm ignoring them because I'm certainly not. There's so much good crackle here, but I do need to put her there. So, okay, let's get these out. Oh, I forgot I had those. And these. So much stuff. Where are the frames? There it is. Got this. Little pieces going everywhere. have something like this. I have something like this in the map, which I kind of like the idea of the map, but I think it's big. There's that. Or this. I mean, I could do it big on purpose and really knock it out, make it very off center. I don't like that. I don't like that. It closes it off. Nope. I guess I could do it even. It's too big. I don't like it. You guys agree? You can't see? Oh, the Montmartre pouring paint on the gel plate yesterday. Oh, rose gold, bronze, silver. You used pouring paint on the gel plate? This is from a book, actually, Evie. It's from an art book. Bill had purchased, when I first discovered junk journals, Bill had purchased me with my asking a set of art books, you know, the kind that come in the cardboard cover and you slide them out, and you know, but they're Time Life books, and there's lots and lots of them out there. You often see like one of them at a thrift store. Well, he bought me the whole set to cut up, absolutely to cut up, and I didn't feel guilty about it because they were Time Life, you know, and there's lots of them. People purchase the whole library, you know. I do like this idea because the bottom's gone. See that smaller one here that's interesting somewhere. Now I'm just kind of rooting through here. Let's see what I have. I don't see any other frames. But I did find this, but it's really messed up. Another one of those church windows. Smaller. There's a musical heart. There's a cute little and. Just in my bag of goodies for no reason at all. All right, well, no frame. Okay. Put it back. This is how they get out of the container right here. And then I'm like, wait, you know, why is this in this box? This doesn't belong in here. Am I right, guys? You're working on a project, you create a tray, if you're like me, and then suddenly you have trays everywhere that have a variety of things in them if you don't put them away right away. Or if you think, oh, I'm going to work on that journal some more. I have a few little things in here too. Oh, well, maybe I just put a circle behind your head. That's okay. I'm allowed to be indecisive, right? I think these might go over the top. All right, let's see. That and is playful. You guys like the frame? Yeah, church window would be nice, but I'm not going to stop and cut it right now. Do you try both the small and large frames together? They do go together, but I feel like it just takes up so much space. And this is the same one. For some reason, it feels smaller because maybe the color and the bottom is gone because I had used it on something. And that just means I could add, you know, something else to it. There was a piece I had out here that I really wanted to use. Oh, this one. I do have this cool piece. And this I cut from an art book, and I had used the rest of it on something. And I really like it. So maybe I just don't have a frame. And I do like a bit of, can't do anything without a heart. You know me, guys. Bit of that on the bottom, maybe. Give her a halo. It's too early to be indecisive, guys. I think I do want to use this, but maybe all the way to the bottom. And you guys like that? You have to use things that don't take up a lot of space. Yeah. Because I'm trying to make a companion to the other box that I shared, that's why I'm kind of choosing, and it does have some humor, that one, because of the scale of things. And I do have the sides, so. Nope. These are too much the same size for me. I mean, maybe this is where I add some other little stenciling, and let's do that. Let's take this back out and just put it here and there. Is it still wet? Not really. I'm just doing a really thin layer so that it's dry right away. Layer. I'll probably have to do this to the sides too, here and there. Just covering the spots that are the least interesting. Like, it's hard when you have like your under stuff and you're like, oh, that's such good crackle, and it's right in the middle where you want to put something. I hate that. Really like this turquoise on here, and it's gonna become sort of different when we add the Old English. Have you guys seen me use the Old English? Everybody that's here knows that I love that stuff, right? And has seen me do that, correct? Do you know what I'm talking about there? It's so good. I know it sounds a little crazy because it's for furniture, but does something really special and brings your project to life. Okay, maybe that's just so big. I don't want to cover up all that good stuff, but that does look good, doesn't it, guys? Maybe this goes on the side. I really like it, but I'm kind of feeling this. What do you guys think? Yeah, Julie, I am gonna stencil the birds. Yeah, I am overthinking it. You're right. You're right. Okay, I'm doing this. I'm just gonna do it. Let's just do it. I know it's taken up a lot of space, but I really like it. So we'll do it at that sort of angle. Yeah. Okay. This is a little thicker, which is okay. Kind of covering up all my stencil work there. Margalo, how's your school year going? I've been thinking about you. I know you're so busy. I'm going to go up over the edge there. And hopefully this glue is enough because it's thicker. Press it into that edge. Yeah, it is like applying varnish to a piece of furniture. It's so good. Old English. I use it on everything. I mean, if I'm not liking the way a project is coming out, or I don't like the colors, or I'm just feeling like it needs something, I break out my Old English. Often it is part of the original plan to use the Old English, and I know I'm going to do that on the end. And that's what this is going to happen, what's going to happen here. So just want to make sure I get that thin coat on everything. Okay. I'm covering up such good crackle there. I'm going to make her straight. And then I'll have to add some more stencil around that. So let me give that a minute. Let's do that. Because I missed I put that over all my stencil. So let's do it. Why not? Right there. Solid. It's hard knowing it may or may not show in the end, like the crackle. It is difficult. Especially if you like it. Okay, now her. She's got a shine to her, but once I get the glue on, she should be fine. So sad. Down a little farther. Margalo. I'm doing admin and teaching, so it's taking a lot of my day, plus add an hour round trip drive. Oh, I'm sorry. Your days are exhausting. Glad to be in my studio for a while on the weekends. I'm really glad you made it, and I feel honored to be part of that valuable time that you spend when I'm live. If you're new here, or if anybody's watching on replay, I should mention I am usually live twice a month on the first and third Saturday, unless there's a fifth Saturday, then I might throw in a bonus, plus the little videos and the game I hope to be playing in my Encaustic studio. So it'll always be at 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. Pacific time. So come check us out. Okay, so now I need to add some lighter, sort of elements here, because it's very dark, and that's fine, but I may want to put a little, this has been floating around on my desk forever, so this might go on the front. It says inspiration. Boy, that would add some humor. But it's black. Let me see what I got. I'm trying to find things that are not just super dark. I have glasses. My mom brought me. She could wear glasses. There's some humor in that. I have a yellow butterfly. It's one of these. Oh. That would be kind of cool. Just a little one, maybe. I like yellow. I never thought I liked yellow until the last few years, where I'm creating and finding that, because it's gold and it's, I just reach for the yellow paint and the yellow ink all the time. It's part of the rusty, sort of thing. Because it's flying in this direction, I feel like it needs to be on this side. So I'm going to just put it right there. I'm just doing it. Okay. I do have some of these things if I wanted to use one. I'm trying to use up these stickers because I don't have very many stickers. And these ones are losing their sticky and they keep shedding. There's these fun pieces. I don't know if the blue goes with the black, though. I'm putting them away. Keep out the yellow butterfly. Let's see. And I do have some other fun little pieces here. I could use some 3D stuff like that. No. Maybe that. I do have some that are painted too. And I'm going to definitely make a place for make a place for some of that purple velvet ribbon because I'm crazy like that. I just wanted to kind of match that other piece. So let's see if there's anything interesting here in white. That would have been under. I'm not finding anything. No. Everything's so dark. I must be in a dark mood. Maybe I can just use like a printout or I'm a looking. Nah, not seeing it. All right, never mind that. That's over here now. Oh, how about one of those feathers? That'll work. No, the other one is a really old lunchbox. You're back, Yolande. Thank you. Yeah, the other one is super old. I don't know where I'm putting this, and I already took it off. But I don't know what's underneath there because, I remember that growing up, always, around the house. But let's just put it in her hair, shall we? Can I cut it down maybe? I'm going to do it. This one is actually a Candyland lunchbox, and it's a replica. I have two of them. And if I like the way this comes out, then I'll do the other one too. Because, I don't need Candyland. I'd rather have something old and antique looking and cool than Candyland, of course. I used to collect old lunch boxes, though. I am going to make it shorter. I'm doing it. I'm just doing it. It worked. It's all right. Okay, and I'm going to put this in her hair. Right there. How's that? She glued it down too. We'll see if it stays. All right, and then I have this, or I have this, but I think this goes on at a last step. Let's put this here or here. It's okay to cover that, right? Is that okay? What do you guys think? It says inspiration. What did you do with the part that rubs together when the lid's shut? I painted it. I spray painted first a long time ago. I had spray painted it gray and I didn't know what I was going to do with it. So it's got that gray smooth spray paint on it. It's like a primer. So I won't paint this part so that it doesn't do weird things. Look at that awesome crackle. Do you see it? Oh, you'll see it when I put the Old English on. Anyway, yeah, it'll be fine. I just won't add any more right there. Just on top. Okay, I think I'm going to just stick that right there. Is that good? What am I missing here? Do you still have the small frame? I do. I do still have the small frame. Of course, it is right here. I think it's here. This one with the map. Do we like that? Should I do that? Even over the feather. I think it's kind of cool. Good call. Good call. This way. Okay. I shall do that before I put this on. This might be a last two because it's made of some sort of a plasticky gold, It was a sticker and it was thicker and this peeled off the top and I've had it floating around in a bowl on my desk forever. I don't even know why I had these stickers. I don't have the set. I don't have any more of them. I think it came from my mom's house. But I will put that on last and it'll probably go right there. All right. Frame coming up. Hope it sticks to the feather. Yeah, it does bring some white in. And I don't mind about the edge because it doesn't fit perfectly, but it does need some white. You're right. Just a touch. Usually I really knock back the white. I don't want all that extra on there. But, you know, a little bit's okay. So let's see. And I know that that butterfly will get darkened up and we'll plan on the label there. That's fine. But I'm not doing anything else like adding those 3D bits until the Old English. That's, you know, at one of the stages. And I do need to touch up a couple spots here because there's a ridge right there that it didn't want to go up over, and it's cardstock, kind of like cardstock. There we go. And here I might just cut it. I should have just cut it there. Let's use a razor blade. Let's do that. I think it'll be okay because we're going to have something on the edge, and this is where I could put the velvet if I really want to. Boy, I needed to spend some time up here. I haven't really been up here other than to grab things because it feels kind of weird to sit at my desk right now. I need to put some more glue into that. I'll just make sure that I have a little velvet right here. It just doesn't want to glue around those edges. There, is there more? I'll put a piece of velvet right here. All right, a little bit more glue right here. Sometimes if you get your paper wet, if it's thicker, you get it wet first. It actually will mold to whatever you're putting it on better if you're using like a heavier glue. All right, got that. Making sure all my edges are down because I want to Old English this side before it, so I can add other things. And probably a little gold stenciling on top, as well as the ribbon, that gold piece, 3D items, you know. Okay, let's make some decisions about the other side. Let's let this glue decide that it's done. Check our edges in a minute. That doesn't want to stay down. Okay. So here, I'm going to add the gold around her head before we do the Old English. So it looks like it's part of that. And I did cover her a little better so she doesn't get dark. This might darken up. And it should blend in better. And then I need something like florally, or probably use a bird on this side, or I might. I really like that piece. I wish I had more of them. I should just make some more. Just want to put something right there. Here. If you don't have a flower or a butterfly or anything like that, no pink, no blue. What if I used one of these? This is another set of stickers that my mom was throwing around, and they were in her art room. And because it's about a jacuzzi, no floozies in the jacuzzi, maybe I use the hot water knob here. That would be kind of fun, right? Or let me pull it off and figure out where it could go. That would be fun. It's really on there. These are probably 20 years old. Oh, I ripped it. No. Didn't come off all the way. It's okay. I'll have to repair it. Okay. So put it right there. Put it right. I think right there. Yeah. I'm going to have to glue it. Let's get this on here first. And I'll fix it. We'll draw it in or something. It's a broken knob now. It's a little cardstocky thick like that black flower on the other side too. Maybe I should add both knobs. What do you guys think? Okay. Yes, it finishes the edge and brings attention to it. What was I doing then, Diane? Did I change it? Did I do it right? Did I change my mind? Been behaving myself, just talking too much. Oh, Diane, I always talk too much and then I feel guilty about it because I've done it all my life and my family always made me feel guilty. We've seen Fran use what? Okay, what am I missing? Yes, gold stenciling will look great. Yeah, I think, I always got to add a little gold or copper or bronze, or I do have some copper bronze Swelligant paint, and I could actually get a real patina on it if I did that. I haven't used it with a stencil ever. I can see you not wanting to do the other one. Like it's centered there. What did you do with the part that, oh, okay, I'm good. Okay, I'm caught up. Just making sure. So I could actually just put them right next to each other. That would be kind of funny. Hot, cold. They're a different thing altogether. That is cute. I don't know. I just don't know. There's all these little knobs too. I really like it. That brings that sense of humor without the card. So, I mean, and it goes with the whole jacuzzi thing. I do really like it. Okay, let's do some drawing on here. Should we do that? And that gold paint around the halo around the head. I have a few little ideas. Maybe some of, where's my stencil? Oof. Oh, this one needs a flower or something, and it might get some cherries. I think that's what that is. I know it's busy, but that's the point. I'm not finding a good spot. Oh, well, maybe. I do want to put this here because it's a kind of a cream on cream, different shades. I was just using whatever paint for these. Got sponge on that. I think my husband's home. He went to look for mushrooms. We've been seeing, we had a little rain and we've been seeing people posting mushrooms, and we have our spots. Do you guys like that there? Oh, I won't forget the birds. I promise. This is going to be a busy mess by the time I'm done. It would, because I do busy. You guys know that. I can't help it. That's my jam. Busy. All right, gold halo. Let's find, I have this bronze pen. I think I have a gold one here too. got all my glue hanging open. Let's do that. Maybe get out the Posca. I only have white. And perhaps a Stabilo. Yeah. Do that around her head. It's water soluble, but it's not a Stabilo. Let me find that. Where did I put my Stabilo? You guys talk to yourself. I hope so. I hope I'm not the only one. I'm going to stand up so I can see in the shower because I got too much stuff on my desk. Oh, there it is. Okay. And a little water brush to go with it. Just had that out. I do have one of these that's open. Okay. Guess I can use real water. Well, it's all real water, but you know. So what if, let's do the Stabilo first. It's time to order some more of these. I'll be sad when it's gone. I will. So hopefully this just doesn't all go away with the, I'll go back over it again if it does with the Old English. This should create a pretty good shadow. It's at this stage in any project where we start to stick our tongue out, huh? When you start to get doodly and Hi, Sonia. I'm glad you made it. Glad to have you. Okay, so I'm going to use just a little brush then. Just a little jobby here. That's not little. That's little. And I'm going to use some of my glue water. Let's do this, and it should perk right up like a shadow. She's holding a staff. I could have just cut that piece off, I guess. It wasn't really necessary. More water. Sonia, you'll want to go back and see the first half hour where I talked in depth about encaustics and why, and a little history, plus several other things. I had a haul, some really cool stamps, and just a lot of stuff going on. I shared a lot. You looked for it? Like on the couch with a blanket? Or, oh, for the live, but it said 8 p.m. Oh, it said 8 p.m.? It shouldn't. It should say 12 p.m. Oh, no. I hope other people didn't miss it, too, with that in mind. Did you guys see? Did it say that? I need to add a little more glue to this edge. I hope not. I know this is thrilling to watch. I don't know. I would enjoy it, I think. Watching somebody make their Stabilo muddy. Because, I mean, I love the blend on the Stabilo. Like how it gets like a smudgy eyeshadow. Makes me happy. It dries a little lighter, though. I like how messy it gets. And that is how I wear my eyeshadow. So it needs grounded. There seems to be more everywhere else. I just want to make it a little messy. very, very grounded now. All right. A little more right here, maybe, to ground it. This is the back, so, you know. All right. And hopefully that white gets pushed back. I really need it to. All right. How about, this is a bronze pen. We'll see if it works. And I'll just do the outline here. No, it's not going to. Because I want to go back over with paint. All right. Let's just do the paint. Straight for the paint. It said 6 for you, Julie. Oh, well, you're in Australia. Yeah, smudge away. It is part of the best part of the process. I'm going to leave that to the side here and get a favorite paintbrush somewhere. Been a while. Hello, friend. Where are you? I just need a little Sharpie one. No. How about that one? I'll just use that one. I usually like them with a nice flat edge, but I'm not gonna. We'll see. It's not gonna be really big, so I do want to go over here. Cover up my crackle right there. That's so good. Oh. My husband's out cleaning the car. I can hear the music. So a little halo. Sorry about the silence, guys. I mean, it's that or I talk constantly, right? So then I want to add some other gold bits. I guess I need to put some out because I have my birds. Let's do that. And then if I need to go back over it after the Old English, I will. I do want to get to the point with the Old English so you guys can see it come to life, because that is the best part, I think. But that's me. Where did my sponge go? I just got a package. Where's my sponge? Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's get that bird. Figure her out. We're going to go this way. Nope. This way. I want to still be able to read that, but I want it to overlap just a little. Okay, this paint I'm using, I want to tell you about it because it's a very good, thick, glossy, shiny gold. And it's also very opaque, which is weird for gold. And some of you have seen this, and it's the Gotta deal from Amazon, and they should be paying me at this point because I keep showing these. Or sending me free paint, one or the other. They are almost plasticky. They are so thick. And the other favorite one I have from there is the Pearl Deep Brown, and it's so good. But this is like almost one of the best golds ever, besides golden. The brass or bronze one is very gold. It's just good stuff. Okay, so on this one, I feel like it's going to get something else, but I'm not sure yet. We're going to let that dry. I'm just going to set it right on here because there's a ridge, and the paint shouldn't technically be touching except for maybe the halo, but it might be dry by now. Okay, and I'll put birds on the edges too, and probably this on one of the edges, I think, because it goes. So let me see here. I think we're about ready for Old English. I do maybe want a touch of, I'm going to use a little bit of this. because it's not wanting to glue down to the paper. And there we go. That's it. So the 3D bits will go on after. Okay, are we about ready for a spot of Old English? Let's do these edges while these dry real quick. I'm just going to do these and bring it to life, okay? Should I move the camera out further, guys? Do you have a specific use in mind for this box? I actually, oh wait, hold on. Sonia, I posted an angel made out of a house shutter and tagged you. Oh, cool. I'll check that out. Not that I need one. I think the other one, I just put like really special things in. And this might be, it was being used for my long strip stamps, like borders and edges and, you know, with the long stamp blocks. I might use both of them because I have a new, well, it's not really new. I got it for like $2. It's this really tall fold up DVD shelf. I don't like the color of it, but the shelves lift up and they're on hinges to fold up, but it's really tall. And I found bins the day I broke my ribs, actually. That's where we were going, and then we went on a little walk. But I got these bins that I hadn't filled yet until today that fit perfectly on those shelves. So, you know, all part of redoing this room. Okay, I'm going to try one of these with this. Usually I use a whole lot of towels, but I am trying this one. So don't fret. I may still use some stencils on these, on the edges, and that color. Look at those cracks. Can you see those cracks? Might have to use a Q-tip on a little bit of this. Oh, look at that color. Oh, yes. Let's lift this so I can get this here. It won't stick to this because this is a spray paint. So it takes a little more than that to stick it to spray paint. Oh, my goodness. This is my favorite part. It really is. Oh, and then I'm leaving it on a little thick. It'll get wiped back off anything that doesn't get absorbed. I'll have to get a Q-tip out too. Oh my goodness, that color. Oh. This is a better applicator. I think I found the one. I usually use paper towels and get it all over my hand and go through paper towels, like a lot of them. I think that's perfect. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I'm gonna try to see if you guys can see. Do you guys see that? The difference? How rich and dark. I'm just gonna continue on these edges. We're just waiting for those other things to dry real quick. I don't want to have to take out a heat tool. Well, if I have to, though. Look at that. The difference, the richness, and the depth. Yeah, it's pretty wonderful. Walnut ink will do this too, but Old English has a little oil in it. And it probably has walnut ink in it. That's it, and it was one of the first things I used because I used to do for a lot of furniture, and I would put the Old English on over the paint on the furniture when I would antique it. And so I really fell in love with it enough that my husband put 3 bottles of it in my stocking one year for Christmas because I was almost out and told him I needed some. So the difference, though, between this and your walnut ink would be the shine and the depth that comes with it. You know, there's just something in it that does something special. I'm hoping you guys aren't just getting a glare there because it'll absorb in. Yeah, when I used to do it on furniture, then I also started then thinking, well, why won't this work on my paintings, on the other things I'm doing? Okay, let's do this. I'm not going to do the sides yet until I get something glued down there on them. First of all, let's see what happens with this butterfly, because he is made of, it's a washi sticker. The edges were already coming up, so he might come off, but we'll see. Might have to use different glue on him. So with this, I think we're going to very, very sparingly see what happens. Oh. Okay. I'm almost wondering if I need to give her another. Nope. Look at that. It's going to stay light under there still. Wax on, wax off. Oh my goodness, you guys, look at that. See how the color, it was not as appealing before, but I knew it was going to be different once the Old English went on. It's just fabulous. Okay, I'm going to go over here. Let's get this. Might end up with a word or a little, maybe a tea bag quote right there. And this paint should be dry because it's really opaque, thick paint that Gotta Deal. But it, oh, good. That white's going away. But it's it dries really fast, and it's a little plasticky. It's like hard to explain. It's different than your other gold acrylic paints. Look at that. So we gave her an extra coat so that she didn't darken up too much. Oh, it's good. And it it kept my Stabilo on there. It didn't dilute it. It just sealed it. There we go. Oh, it's so good. I could also take sandpaper to it at this point and maybe sand off things I don't like, maybe in the paper, or maybe that little corner right there for no reason at all, and then hit it with this, and it would be really neat looking. I might outline the bird, and I'm not doing the sides yet. So that's that part. And I think we are at our 2-hour mark. I hate to leave everyone. If you've just come in, we are, we've gone 2 hours. So I'm going to finish this off on my own, and I will share photos of it. I really like this project. I'm thrilled I did it. And that looks like it's on her headband. It makes the gold come out more. It does. Yeah. You're right. See that? Yeah. I'll outline that too. And maybe put some little, little pokies, because I do that. And I'll probably hit it with that other stencil just in some little spots. That'll be fun. Yeah, I really love it. I need to dull her down a little bit more with some different gel medium, I think. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. Go out and buy some Old English. Watch the beginning if you missed it, so you can find out about the game I'll be playing and my crystal ball that I'll be making. We're calling it the Encaustic Crystal Ball. And you guys have a fabulous day. I will see you soon. Watch for a video coming very soon to you. Okay? Even a small one. Thanks, guys. Now let me find my mouse. I can't do it. Bye, guys. Mwah.